Hello, welcome to the Resource Revolution Trainer, our online course on decoupling. My name is Bas de Leeuw, World Resources Forum Switzerland, and I'm very happy that you have decided to participate in this course. The course on decoupling is based upon the reports of the International Resource Panel of the United Nations Environment Programme, which was initiated in 2009, and this council of scientists, independent scientists, have produced many very important reports on the issue of resource management, and decoupling is really one of the key concepts, and you will know more about decoupling in this course. It's also based on the book The Resource Revolution from Stefan Heck of Stanford and Matt Rogers of McKinsey, and of course many other publications as well. So we have tried to capture the state of the art of knowledge on resource use and decoupling in this online course. I'm very happy to present to you the two trainers. On my right is Barbara Dubach from the Swiss-based consultancy Engageability, and that is Cornelis van der Lucht from the Stellenbosch University Business School in South Africa. He is also currently based in Switzerland, and he was also a former staff of the United Nations Environment Programme in Paris, right?
That's correct.
Okay, well, Cornelis, can I start with you? What can we expect from this course?
Thank you, Bas. This course looks at the content of the International Resource Panel reports, notably those decoupling reports as you highlighted, and then digests the content and translates it into a language for business. And the question is then, what does decoupling mean at the level of the enterprise? What could you as an enterprise do to introduce some disruptive innovation and radical resource productivity improvements? So, translating it into implications for business, what practically you could do, we look at the thoughts from Stefan Heck and Matt Rogers, as well as the book by John Elkington on the Zero Noughts and various other recent business publications. And we packaged all of this into an online training session of 6 modules. The first one sets the context. It looks at the science of the panel reports. It considers the fact that companies are under pressure to set targets, pursue goals that are more science-based. And then departing from that context, it looks at what response strategy the business can introduce. What are the principles of productivity to internalize in your business? The fourth module looks at building blocks you can introduce in your business to turn itself into the resource revolution enterprise. Then we look at how to organize yourself. And finally, we address some difficult questions related to the issues of timing and scale in this online self-training program.
Yeah, difficult questions, and of course we also would like to have the answers to that, but I'm sure you will supply them in the course. May I ask, decoupling, is that in your eyes a concept that is in particular relevant for businesses in developed countries, or is it also relevant for businesses in developing countries? What's your take on that?
The substance of this course really is applicable to businesses everywhere, and you can think of what are really the decoupling challenges and the technological innovation challenges in different parts of the world. In Asia, there is the challenge of mega cities and a growing urban middle class. Very exciting opportunities there to apply, for instance, information technologies in a smart manner. In Latin America, there is, as we know, the wealth of natural capital. One thing that we will describe is what we can learn from biological processes, how we can apply biomimicry and introduce very innovative technologies on that basis. I think Latin American companies are well positioned to lead on that front. And in the case in Africa, there are different types of infrastructure that are critically needed. One is physical infrastructure to enable economies of Africa to more actively engage in global production networks and global value chains. And the other form of infrastructure critical in African countries is, shall I say, the knowledge infrastructure. Young populations of African countries in coming decades keen to get quality education and secure jobs. And a common theme throughout this course is the use of information technologies across different industries. And that includes building on the experience of Africa of leapfrogging with mobile phone technology, how we can also apply the ICT industries across industries to build education, quality education, also in the domain of resource productivity, looking at the future of different African economies.
So the concept is indeed relevant for developed and developing. I heard you also mentioning a few industry sectors. Barbara, may I ask you, you have been working in the building and construction sector, right?
Yes, that's correct.
What's your take on this resource revolution? Is it needed? Is it feasible for the building and construction industry?
I mean, especially for the building and construction industry, it's very important. If you think about cement industry accounts for about 5% of CO2, man-made CO2 emissions worldwide. So the concept is not necessarily new. I mean, building construction companies, but also other industries have been working on circular economy, industrial ecology for a long time. But I think what is new is now that we see we need to take it to scale. We need to ensure that really these concepts of decoupling are integrated into management systems, are integrated into businesses, but also are something that also the financial industry and investors are going to ask for, and maybe invest only in companies that really take sustainability issues to scale and integrate it into their business model.
Yeah, that's interesting. So in fact, you say decoupling is not sort of like a completely new concept that comes after or in the middle of circular economy. You have also Industry 4.0 or something. But you say it's sort of like an integrating concept that encompasses it all. Is that sort of like your take on this?
Yeah, I think what my take on is that, you know, there are so many different concepts. I think each company can then choose also which resources do they need to reduce or where do they need to become more efficient. But I think my take on is now also with Industry 4.0, we can expect really a scaling up of, and there will be changes really in our economic models that will also change businesses, and hopefully then companies will also take on the resources challenges that we are facing and really try to move from having negative impacts to having positive impacts, and really to leapfrog and scaling these innovations. I think that's really where we need to aim at and rethink some of the business models. I mean,
and the word scale comes up quite a lot. So
yes,
this is
exactly.
beyond incremental progress, right? This is about step change, transformation.
Exactly.
Okay, great. So actually, the course is a menu where the various industry actors, business actors can take their pick and select what is the tool that is good for me, right?
Or also challenge some of the existing management systems and how you operate, and or rethink and have managers think about, well, are we really tackling all the challenges or addressing all the opportunities that exist?
I mean, there's a wealth of resources that we are putting on this online training course, and that includes exercises that challenge you as a business manager as well to take up the discussion inside your company with your colleagues, with your senior management.
Okay, great.
Starting the journey.
Thank you for that. I'm actually myself now very interested to start clicking on the first session. So
Can I interrupt you, Bas?
Yes, sure.
May I just ask, how does this online training course on the Resource Revolution Trainer fit in with the work program of the World Resources Forum?
Okay. Well, we are of course not a business. We are an objective, independent platform that wants to raise awareness about resource efficiency, and that welcomes all stakeholders, governments, businesses, NGOs, to liaise with each other and to interact on those very important concepts. I think this course is really giving the speeches and the discussions and the workshops in the World Resources Forum some tangible tools that business makers, decision makers, business people, when they leave the conference, when they go home, really can use to really do what what they have heard and do what they have promised. So I love this online training course a lot. I hope you will too.